We had a feeling today was going to be a tough one, obviously, with Blake Snell, Cy Young Award winner in my eyes, on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays. And it happens. Blue Jays lose 5-2 to the Tampa Bay Rays. Blake Snell goes 6 2/3 of shutout ball, gives up 3 hits and 2 walks and 11 strikeouts. He was fantastic. He picked up his 21st win on the year. Ryan Borucki, however, was not terrible. Yes, the Jays give up 5 runs, but 3 of those runs were in the 8th inning, and he was gone after 7. He goes 7 innings, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. So what we've noticed from Ryan Borucki is he can lose the zone at times, but it hasn't really hurt him all that much. You look at that Tommy Pham RBI double, or sorry, I think it was Joey Wendell doubles in Tommy Pham in the top of the 4th inning, which was the first score of the ball game, and it was a single by Pham and then a double by Joey Wendell. So one of those walks did not come into play in that inning, and then a ground rule double from C.J. Cron. Tommy Pham comes in to score. That was in the 6th inning, but Tommy Pham is the man who walked in that inning. So guys, if you can find ways to throw strikes, you'll do wonders. Now, if you guys look at the last 3 starts from our young guys, there's been a lot of walks. Obviously, we know Reid-Foley had a ton of walks in his last start. Thomas Pannone, as good as he was, 3 walks. And then today, 4 for Ryan Borucki, but he didn't really give up anything else. You know, only 3 hits, 2 runs over 7 innings. So you guys who love the ERA stat, he dropped his ERA, I think it was 10 points in this game. There it is, 10 points. And that's a great positive for him. Offensively, though, not a whole lot. I mean, 2 runs on 8 hits. There was opportunities, I guess, for the Jays in this game, but really not a whole lot. Jonathan Davis led off the ball game, and he went 0 for 4. Lourdes Gurriel 0 for 4 with an RBI, and he struck out 3 different times against Blake Snell, who had that curveball working in this game. Aledmys Diaz, guys, went 1 for 4 with an RBI. He had the RBI ground out, I think it was, in that 2-run 8th inning that the Blue Jays had. Let me check here. No, it was an RBI single to left field from Aledmys Diaz, and Richard Urena came in to score on the play, and at that point, they made it a 5-2 game in the 8th, and we're like, oh, maybe things can happen here, but alas, they do not. Kevin Pillar, guys, went 2 for 4 in the ball game. Rowdy Tellez 0 for 4 with a strikeout. You're facing a very tough lefty. He's a young rookie. He's a lefty. It's not going to be easy. Danny Jansen, guys, has a great ball game. Goes 2 for 2, scores a run, and walks 1. So he had a good day against Blake Snell and the rest of the bullpen. 267 average for Danny Jansen with a 356 OBP. Very nice to see from the young man. K-Money came in and went 1 for 1. And Richard Urena went 2 for 4 in the game. He's hitting, what, 266 as a Blue Jay this year. As much as we haven't talked about him, he's the youngest guy on the roster at 22 years of age, and we saw a little bit of him last year. He had a walk-off last year for this team, but we didn't really see much about it. We didn't. I mean, knowing what the big names are in the infield for this team, you have Lourdes Gurriel, Bo Bichette, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. You could say Jordan Groshans, the guy the Jays drafted this year. Logan Warmoth is another example. Guys they've acquired in trades. You know, there's a lot of middle infielders, so Richard Urena kind of gets lost in the wings in a sense. But he is up 22 years old, up in the big leagues, and in his very limited time of 34 games and 75 at-bats coming into the game, he had a 255 batting average. But with the 4 at-bats today, he has 79 at-bats. He's hitting 263. 263 or 6? 266 as a Blue Jay. I mean, again, 22 years old, hard to get a gist on him. Now let's go to the pitching, guys, where, like I said, Ryan Borucki was very good. But the bullpen, they really had a tough time there. The Jays scored those 2 runs late in the game, but imagine if that bullpen shut the door down. We would have had a tied ball game at 2 apiece. You know, Joe Biagini, guys, came out and gave up 1 hit and an earned run. He was not very good in his inning of work, or 2/3 of an inning. Jose Fernandez tried to come out and save the day, but he gave up a hit and walked a batter, and 2 runs came in to score, both earned to him. So there, in 1 inning, you give up 3, and then the next half, your team scores 2. That's great, but if you didn't give up those 3 runs, game's tied. That's why the bullpen is so key in any time in the ball game. Even if you're down 1, down 2, down even 3, it gives your team an opportunity to come back and win the game. As we've seen in the past, really. Good pitching, you know, and timely hitting. But your team got the timely hitting, but it was just too little too late. You were already down 5-0 at the time. David Paulino, guys, came out in the top of the ninth and threw a clean inning of work. His ERA is 1.93 as a Blue Jay. Oh, guys, I apologize for that. But if you're looking at him, he was a guy that we picked up in the Roberto Osuna trade. He's pitched 4 2/3. Like I said, ERA of 1.993 as a Blue Jay. But it's really hard to get a gist on him. No walks, no hits, no strikeouts. So a clean inning there for him. Not really much else there. But the Blue Jays, they go into the next series against the old World Series champions in the Houston Astros, looking to repeat this year at home in the final home series of the season. 6 games remain for the Toronto Blue Jays, and pitching-wise, I don't know what to feel about these matchups. Dallas Keuchel, Marco Estrada. Who do we have here? Josh James. I guess he's been one of their September call-ups, 25 years old. Yeah, he definitely was. He's made 1 start. We had 5 1/3 shutout innings of 4-hit ball, and then 1 on September 12th, 3 innings of relief, 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. So I have no idea what's happening there. That's game 2 against Sam Gaviglio, and then the finale on Wednesday. Sean Reid-Foley is scheduled to start for the Blue Jays. They don't have a starter on here yet for the Houston Astros, so I'm not sure what they're going to do there. And that right there will wrap up the home schedule for the Toronto Blue Jays. And guys, just a heads up, if you guys are watching till the end of this video, September 27th, the Blue Jays have an off day. And if I'm not mistaken, the Leafs don't play either. You know what that means? Raptors preseason preview coming out to you guys on Thursday, September 27th. That is 2 days from preseason kicking off on the 29th of September for the Toronto Raptors. Just a little teaser for you guys, a little heads up for you. So that will be coming out, I guess, very soon, really. Today is the 23rd, so that's very exciting, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed Ryan Borucki's outing in this one. Smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What you guys think of the game? What you think of Sean Reid? Or did I say Sean Reid-Foley's outing? Ryan Borucki's outing. Let me know what you guys think about it. I thought about his outing and all that great stuff, because I thought he was fantastic for the most part, other than losing the zone a few times in key moments in the game. But overall, a very good outing for Sean Reid-Foley. He was just going up against a Cy Young Award winner. I mean, it's the way it goes, guys. It's tough when you're a young pitcher facing a guy like Blake Snell right now. All right, and Evan and I will talk to you guys. I'm not sure what day of the week this week, podcast edition. A link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Is it tomorrow night? Leafs edition? Hold up. Yes, tomorrow night. Leafs edition, 7:30 puck drop at Scotiabank Arena, as the Leafs take on the Montreal Canadiens, as we're going to start seeing some roster cuts happen. So that's the very interesting part about preseason, is seeing who's going to stay up and who's going to go down. All right, so we'll talk to you guys then, Leafs edition, and we'll also talk to you guys, Jays edition, tomorrow night, as the Blue Jays look up to start their, I guess, last home stand of the season off on the right foot against the Houston Astros. Dallas Keuchel, Marco Estrada, 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Can we get a win against the Astros? I don't know what to expect from the series, but let's just try and take positives. See how the young guys do and go from there. We'll talk to you guys then.